Greetings and welcome to the Energy of Aries. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. The seventh house for Aries is Libra, and with this, we may see the condition of another through the placement of Aries. Okay, so the natural seventh house is Libra, and with the solar return of Libra, we have essentially something that may be coming to light in terms of uh, others who place or rank within a specific value for Aries individuals. Okay, these placements, especially for what you in particular are reading for, is within the energy of Mars and Aries. Okay, so we'll go ahead and begin with a reading known as the Great Mirror. The Great Mirror is a tool devised by the Order of the Twin Sun in order to see the energies between Aries and a significant other. Okay, so this significant other can be a person, place, or thing, and you may take and choose what you choose to essentially use for your advantage in terms of guidance or understanding modes of karma between you and a significant other. Okay, this shall not resonate for everyone. Please only take what you will and use it for your advantage. I do thank you for tuning in and uh, tossing a like if you like. I am also available for personals if you would like, but otherwise we'll go ahead and begin. I am working with a deck known as the Grand Attila deck. It's a very old deck from 1890, I believe. Quite old. So we'll go ahead and begin now. So, at least for the current period, uh, there is in October an activation that speaks of day and night, the ability to become devoted and focus in a critical way on your everyday routines. Okay, daytime is very important. It takes precedence over nights, and the nights are they show something more abstract. The dreams are very much activated in the nighttime. This has to do with a way of letting go of a path. Two sixes, the Six of Swords and Six of Rods. Letting go of a path and essentially coming to a force majeure. Okay? A force majeure is usually a place of, at least in this circumstance, exaltation. So a way of really letting loose the chains of existence, the chains of morality, or the chains of anything that has to do with the energy of Saturn, constriction. Okay, so there's something about letting go of a way of doing things, especially traditional things, Okay, anything that has to do with tradition as a motif for October for the energy of Aries. What is this leading to exactly? Okay. So when it comes to you and someone else, someone who is meaningful, you are dealing here with a way to let loose the chains of karma, something of that nature or of that degree. um, it's very strange. Considering for the time being, we have La Maison, which is the Ten of Pentacles, La Maison, which is the mansion. Okay. This and along with the Devil card in reverse, Saturn, the structures that be are on the top of the mind right now. There's something about this point of this point of seeing purpose, this point of seeing realities, and it coming into a culmination, or perhaps even an ending. The sense of an ending is very strong here, considering the Five of Pentacles also showed up in the reverse. Okay, Six of Swords in reverse, as well as Six of Rods in reverse. There's something about letting loose a type of realism, or something that is tied to commitments, or something that is tied to places of work. Trying to fit into the right social circumstances also is very important. A sense of home is very important. So perhaps a type of homesickness in the past, and then coming together and finding that there is harmony and peace with others. This is how they see you, whomever they are. It's very strange considering you may be secretly devoted to a path of, of emancipation, okay? Yet there's a secret wall or a secret sort of doorway that is not accessible to them. You may have found peace and solace with humanity in general, as opposed to individuals, okay? Or finding structure a union with just individuals, okay? This is all about harmony. As soon as you fuse with another in terms of energies or karmas, then you efface the self, you efface your individuality, okay? This is something that's on your mind, potentially. If that doesn't resonate, please, um, I suppose you can just shut off the playhead. Otherwise, what this brings to you in terms of the actual depth and the complexity of the connection, okay, is a realization that comes in the feeling of that you're finding the path in the daytime, okay? Now, if you're in the daytime and you're focused on the ground trying to find the path in which to walk, things are more luminescent, things are lit, and there's an ability for you to walk the path gracefully because you can see the path. It's different from, walking the path of the hermit, in which the hermit needs to sort of shine light onto obscurity in order to find meaning, in order to find purpose. Okay, that's something that you're letting go. There's a lot of earth also you're letting go. There's the feeling or the contemplation of something new on the horizon that is different, something that speaks of a new humanity or a new way, a new mankind, a new wave. Okay, and these are potentials. But when it comes to the root of the nature here, we have Machin Femme, okay, the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Now, this is an interesting card to have, considering the Queen of Swords in reverse does not bode well in terms of this connection. A great deal of detachment is involved in this type of connection. I need to know why. Mm-hmm. Wow. whomever you're dealing with, um, they have a lot on their mind as well. Um, but they're also dealing with their own personal pains. Something that you've taken from this is an ability to find clarity, but also to detach in a way that makes you um, very powerful indeed in terms of willpower, in terms of the mind's ability to bend to the will. Okay. And you have someone dealing with éloignement, longing. Okay. There also is a feeling here of departure, the ability for you to essentially move forward and move beyond anything, to find your passions and go elsewhere, to live by idealism. Okay. And it's strange because something about this type of connection has to do with the ability to stand by your truth, to sit gracefully, but also there is a slight tinge or a slight complexion of anger here that may come up or boil up in terms of the deeper aspects of this type of connection. Meaning that with the Queen of Swords in reverse, there could be a type of psychological strain. Okay, that goes deep, 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 and from this depth, you may understand why and how. You may be affected by someone who is longing, especially in the point of departure. But what is thought about mostly when this connection has to do with a type of shift, and this person, they embody a lot of earth with Terra here. Um, oh my god, that is a lot of thunder. You hear that? It's so beautiful. Desert rain. Um, so, with this, the fixed signs of Leo, Taurus, as well as Aquarius and Scorpio are brought about with Voyage and Tere. This has to do with the ability to go with the flow in one respect, to ride the snake, and to essentially ride the north and south node appropriately. But in the reverse, I would say that this has to do with independence, um, but also the needing to find grounding, to become natural in some way. You're dealing with someone here who is very grounded in their thoughts, and they're not willing to accept a type of change. Okay. Um, in this thought making, you as well are also grounded in this, but there's something more in terms of the Ten of Pentacles. You've reached a state of contemplation to a point where you are structurally sound. They want to maintain this, they want to mirror this in terms of that energy. Yet there's something also that they are constantly going back to, which is in the realm of childhood. Childhood, essentially being pure and trying to maintain something in terms of the purity of childhood, the purity of the first seed that is sown on on the land. Okay. What emerges out of this is a feeling of a type of artifice or an artificiality that is determined by Cancer 69, as well the North Node, as I've mentioned before. So there's something about the head of the serpent, the head of the dragon, that has to do with serious delusion. Rahu is a planet, a shadow planet of serious delusion that emerges out of eclipse energy. Okay, with eclipses, there's the great round that is eclipsed on the outside with silver lining. Okay, in terms of light, and there's a lot that has to do with realities here that are unhealthy, with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so it's not easy with this. A lot of psychosomatic troubles that emerge out of this type of connection that have to do with the expectation of realities, the expectation that can be handled in a realistic way. Uh, it's fairly difficult. Um, but there might be some sort of saving grace here, something that you can give back in order to. It's like you're giving a sort of token to them somehow. It's like welfare or. Oh my god, that is very beautiful. Um, yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. It's like lightning and thunder. You can't really hear lightning, but you can hear thunder. Um, so, uh, there's something that you can give, especially at the threshold of newness, of some form of. There's a sort of degree of a challenge here, a type of challenge in this type of giving with the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles takes from the nine, or rather the 10, and then makes the nine. Okay, so there is something that is manifesting in terms of the conscious willpower between both of you in order to make a shift. I think they have more of an effect on you. You are doing things humanitarian in a humanitarian way, but detached humanitarianism is the secret here. As you can see, it's a very passive hand that is somewhat brought out by the Page of Pentacles. Um, so I feel that you can be very grounded in this type of connection. A lot of your detachment comes from the purity of truth that you try to maintain, the silence that you try to maintain, the thoughts that you maintain in terms of how deep this connection would go. But you're dealing with someone here who has a lot of fears and perhaps there's something about the way they think that is ecclesiastical in some respect, okay? Um, that basically means that there's something very old school or an old way of thinking or doing that that is very difficult. So they would reflect a lot of your offers. They would reflect it or sort of cancel it out in some sort of way. What emerges out of this type of connection is a feeling of not cooperating. So there is on your end the willingness to give something small in order to maintain a sense of dignity in human capacity, the human way to do things, the humanistic way to push forward union or some form of uh, camaraderie or goodness for others. Okay, but the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, I mean, it's showing that you would not do that, or someone would not do that, or perhaps there's something about both of you who are longing to receive something, yet it is not being given, or it is being given more to one than another. So a lot of hoarding, or a lot of needing to essentially have time, have energy, have uh, uh, some sort of transference of commodity between each other, some sort of commerce would be needed. But this is a difficult kind of situation because the inspiration or the fire that burns here, the purity that burns here, is very difficult. So you could be trying to leave this type of situation, or at least find something else in order to find a way to break free from the shackles of a type of this type of connection. Also, because they have here the only major arcana, which is the shifting and the changing world with the world card, essentially. There's something about this that bodes uh, good and bad tidings. There's this very strong command or fixity that wants to become more mutable, more changeable, or perhaps even more cardinal. But this type of triplicity is very difficult to have because of the very fixed nature. Requires a lot of bending in order to bring forward the idea, that they're thinking of some sort of new world. But how can that happen if they won't even accept? your offers of grace. Okay, I, I don't know. It sounds it sounds like a very tricky type of situation. There are challenges here as well. We have we have Saturn, uh, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Scorpio watching over this type of connection. And it's difficult because there's supposed to be some form of transformation of a way of doing things, especially in the realm of fear, that causes difficulty in terms of this type of connection. I'm going to stop here because I think I've said enough. If you have found this at least somewhat informative, I do thank you. If not, then I do thank you for your support of the channel regardless. Uh, yeah, and sorry for the delayed sort of push forward of this type of work, but I've been very busy with multiple projects. I do thank you, and take care now. Bye bye.